Springs, North Carolina. Along with former Penn State Nittany Lion head coach Jerry Dunn, I'm Phil Constantino. Tonight's matchup, Columbia International and Gardner-Webb. Columbia International out of the NAIA ranks. They wear the blue uniforms. Gardner-Webb in the all-white uniforms, home for the second consecutive game and second consecutive non-D1 game. Coach Dunn pounced on Carver the other day, won at 100-38.
Put quite a few points up on the board, Phil. I was very impressed with their offensive flow, more impressed with the defensive end. I thought they got after the opponent in a big way.
Here's Jordan Sears, misses the lay-in. Kareem Reed comes up with the loose ball, and Reed lays it in. The running Bulldogs strike first. Kareem Reed is coming off of a stellar stretch.
Well, Reed is playing extremely well. Very confident player right now.
Had a career-high 20 last time out. He is tied for a team-high 14 points per game this season. Three-pointer goes up, and it comes up short.
Highly contested shot there by Gardner-Webb. Look for them to be very, very aggressive early and really contest jump shots from the perimeter.
Jalen Brinson missed the three. Reed at this end again lays it in for two. He's got all four early on for Gardner-Webb, and a clear effort to go down low where we think the running Bulldogs have an advantage tonight.
Another early paint touch in transition, Phil. Hard to stop.
Bryce Causey drills the three from deep. Causey in his second year with Columbia International, a team that lost 4 of 5 starters from last year's team and 85% of its scoring.
They've got 6 new players, Phil, but they've got a couple guys back that they really hang their hat on it, in Heathcock and McKinney.
Heathcock came up with the steal at the other end. Brinson gives it to Causey in the corner, and he draws the double team. Out of the right wing, here goes Darian Oates. Oates, one of those returning players and leaders on this team. Loose ball. Causey had his hand to it. Shot clock is down at 5. Jalen Brinson, the floater, and that's pretty.
Great hustle play there by Columbia. 50-50 ball, they come up with it, they turn it into 2 points.
So Columbia International a 5-4 lead. Marion Williams drives in and lays it in. He's a guy who scored 21 and 10 earlier this season in a game at UNLV. Been quiet since, but averages 11 on the season.
Right now, Phil, it's a fast-paced game. Coach Stockton wanted to control the pace a little bit, but see how it goes if they made a couple threes.
Tony Stockman, the fourth-year head coach, and his team has a 7-6 lead early on. Jordan Sears spinning inside. Williams for a cutting Lance Terry. Zion Williams to Lance Terry, and Gardner-Webb inches back in front. A little over 3 minutes in. Good pace early on.
Gardner-Webb executing offense extremely well. Dribble penetration from the top. Really hard to defend.
Three-pointer goes up and good from Causey. He's 2 for 2 from distance. This is a great start for Columbia International.
Columbia International doing a really good job of reversing the ball from side to side. Dribble penetration, create walk-in jump shots.
Lance Terry to the basket. Someone going to play defense?
Well, you got to make some stops, otherwise it's going to be a shootout, Phil.
We got a 10-10 game, a little less than 4 minutes in. Causey looks at the rim, doesn't shoot it. He's got 6 already. Jumper misses on the baseline from DeAnthony Heathcock. Watch out for him, Coach. He averages nearly a double-double this season.
He's a good-looking player. Heck of an athlete, runs track, very effective at it. Big-time upside for Heathcock.
Pretty crossover move, Zion Williams, but he can't get the lay-in. Coming down the other way, Darian Oates will finally get a stoppage at this next whistle. Causey looking for his 3rd three of the game. My goodness. He's got 9 of their first 13.
You got to find Causey. He's on fire.
He shoots it just 34.8% from 3 so far this season. Lance Terry looking for the answer, not there. And the rebound comes down to Heathcock. Not that 34.8% is that bad, but he came out and Causey has hit his first 3. Good ball movement from Columbia International. Three-pointer up and no good from Darian Oates.
With Columbia spreading the Gardner-Webb defense out here, moving the ball crisply, able to find open jump shots on the perimeter.
Zion Williams, no good. He's 0 for 5 from 3 this season. Tried to join the party. So 13-10 early on. We've already had 5 lead changes in this game. Columbia International playing up versus D1 Gardner-Webb has a lead, and we're still waiting on that under-16 media. Heathcock has the mismatch on Sears, and Sears commits the foul. And that
ends for Gardner-Webb and Columbia International. Coach Stockton wanted to push the ball when he had opportunity, play it fast-paced if they were making perimeter shots. If not, he wants to slow it down and make 4 or 5 passes, but they've shot the ball well so far.
I was intrigued on our call with Coach Stockton this morning when he said his offensive philosophy is simply this: I let my team go out and run up and down the court. I let them go play. And if shots are going in, they keep running. And if shots don't go in, I'm going to slow them down. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and he wants to make sure that his players have a chance to be in the game. And if they're making shots, they're a pretty athletic team as well. So they want to use their athleticism and quickness in transition, which is hard to guard sometimes.
Damarian Williams, the bucket for Gardner-Webb. 15-12, Columbia International the lead. Off-balance runner, no good from Skylar McKinney. He averages 11.8 points per game, the team's leading scorer. He missed the first 3 games of the year suspended, has played in the last 5. Lance Terry drives and has it knocked away by Christian Howard. The frenetic pace continues. Here is McKinney, now over to Causey. Causey finally misses from 3, but he's opened this game 3 of 4 from distance. Julian Samaro just on for Gardner-Webb, also a Dimity bad miss. Damarian Williams, the 3 behind the screen. That doesn't go.
Right now, a lot of perimeter shots by both teams. Look for Gardner-Webb to settle it down a little bit and go inside probably the next couple possessions.
Kareem Reed had the first 4 of the game, and since Gardner-Webb has been quiet inside. Here's Jalen Brinson. He's guarded by the bigger Adimide Badmus. Rises for 3, and that rolls off.
It was a good-looking shot there by Brinson. Just couldn't get it to go in.
Is that the example of the work the ball inside? Well, I guess if you're Gardner-Webb, you have the advantage. You want to work the ball inside.
Without question, they have 2 very legitimate post players here. Badmus does a nice job of being patient for a freshman. Just couldn't get it to go in.
And no secret, Gardner-Webb is the bigger, more athletic team. That comes with the levels. As the foul is picked up by Causey, and he'll head to the free throw line to look to add to his early total. It's called on Julian Samaro.
The Columbia International has gone smaller lineup here. They took Heathcock out, so it's going to be a defensive matchup for Gardner-Webb to try to find that good mix, because you got a smaller team now, and you got to find the shooters.
How about the pace to the start of this game for Columbia International? Played just last night out in West Point, Georgia. You know the area well. You coached small college down in that general area of the world at Tuskegee in Alabama. They drove the 4 hours back to Columbia, South Carolina after the game last night, and then had shoot around at 12 o'clock today, and then drove a couple hours up the road to Boiling Springs through the holiday traffic, the Thanksgiving Eve traffic. So I can't imagine there's a ton of legs that are fresh for Columbia International.
Well, Phil, one thing you have to remember is they got young legs and willing hearts.
Yeah. And this is an exhibition game for Columbia International. This will not count toward their schedule because they are playing up against NCAA Division I. Step back 3 way off from freshman Devin Pope. Offensive board for Columbia International.
Well, Coach Stockton said he wants to play a lot of guys, see where his personnel are and how much depth they have, and this is a chance to do that. They're going to play fast-paced.
Students down in Columbia, South Carolina, they are accustomed to playing these games. In the 4 years since Tony Stockman took over as head coach, they have played 11 Division I games, and this is the first of 3 this season. As Julian Samaro toes the line for Gardner-Webb. And Samaro comes up short, the freshman. That's his first free throw miss of the season, previously 5 of 5. But Columbia International has games on the schedule this year versus Campbell and USC Upstate as well. So all 3 Division I games that Columbia International will play will come against Big South competition. This is the first of those 3. You know the deal, Coach Dunn. Your last coaching stop was in Division II at Tuskegee down in Alabama. Got to help the budget somehow.
Well, there's no question about it. What Coach Stockton has done is he's created a situation where he can not only draw funds from these games played at Division I schools for his program, but he's also created a competition for his players in order to attract recruits. They want to play against the best. They want to play against D1 players and teams, find out where they are. It's a double-edged sword that he's created that's really working for him.
Zion Williams, the 2 for Gardner-Webb. And now they have Jalen Jeter tied up. And a turnover. Here's Jordan Sears. Now Anthony Selden. Off the bench, he's the 6th man for Gardner-Webb. And he draws the contact against Thomas Woods. Selden will go to the line.
With Columbia International doing a really good job on ball screens. Coach Stockman indicated today that they were going to play solid on defense, keep the ball out of the middle, go under ball screens, and make your 3-point shots from outside.
Anthony Selden at the free throw line, 5 of 9 this year.
A little bit of a mismatch on that dribble drive by Selden. Had about 2 or 3 inches on his defender. Did a really nice job of recognizing and going up strong.
Anthony Selden, who's now in his 3rd season with the program. He's a sophomore, COVID eligibility. Brother of Wayne Selden, the former Kansas Jayhawk all-conference player. He now plays in the NBA for the New York Knicks. And Anthony Selden was highlighted by Coach Kraft for his off-season work ethic and his athleticism and his overall improvement. He is one that Gardner-Webb hopes will make a jump this season.
Well, Selden, an example of Coach Kraft's player development program. All the guys who've worked hard, really gotten better. Stayed in the gym, bought in, and proved themselves as a player.
Morrow got hit pretty hard. No foul was called. But Gardner-Webb will keep the possession as it's out of bounds off of Columbia International. There's 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Samaro will trigger the inbound.
Sears making his presence known, put an awful lot of pressure on the defense there in transition.
Kareem Reed off the feed from Sears.
Big time pass by Sears. Good finish by Reed.
The deficit has been closed to 1. Columbia International has led by as many as 7. I ask you, Coach, seems to me, why would Gardner-Webb on any offensive possession not dump it inside, especially with a small lineup like Columbia International has on the court right now?
Well, from time to time, they have done a decent job of getting in front of the post, making it a tough pass. But anytime in transition, as Gardner-Webb has shown, I think they're going to emphasize getting the ball inside to Reed very quickly.
Here's the pass to the cutting Thomas Woods, who's fouled. Well, Thomas Woods took off from near the free throw line. Good athlete. And now Thomas Woods, the senior from Akron, will head to the free throw line.
With Columbia International matching the athleticism of Gardner-Webb here. Great cut down the lane. Really hard to guard if your head is not on a swivel.
I think.
Looks like he got cut.
Yeah, he has blood.
As he went to the rim there.
And Woods is over to the scorer's table to his athletic trainer to get that taken care of. There it is.
He may have gotten scratched on the way up or perhaps hit his nose on the rim. He was that high.
Get your tickets online now at GWEsports.com. Make sure you are in attendance.
There's Tim Kraft. Gardner-Webb head coach. Tim Kraft is in his 9th season. He's led Gardner-Webb to the 2019 NCAA tournament. And the only tournament appearance in the program's Division I tenure. Thomas Woods has made his way back to the free throw line. And on the season, he's just 3 of 7 at the stripe.
Doing that inadvertent timeout there, Phil, I think Coach Kraft was probably emphasizing interior touches over the last 3 or 4 possessions when they've gotten the ball inside. It has not been good news for Columbia International.
Well, to that point, Gardner-Webb is on a 6-0 run, has hit 3 of its last 3 from the field, and 0 for 4 on three-point attempts. So why settle when you know you have the clear size advantage on the inside? I mean, let's tell it how it is. Kareem Reed is probably the best player in this ball game, averaging 14 and 5 versus some of the best competition in all of college basketball so far this season. Gardner-Webb has played non-conference games versus UNLV, Arkansas, and Duke. Here is Kareem Reed. Buries his defender and hooks it in.
Kareem Reed, very patient on the catch. Does a good job of getting his head around to the middle of the floor. Crab dribble 2, up and in.
And he started 4 for 4 with 8 points, Kareem Reed. Causey stepped back and tested jumper. This guy can shoot it.
Boy, Causey is really crafty with the ball. Mid-range game, shoots the 3. He's going to be a guy that you got to pay close attention to on every possession.
Gardner-Webb now 0 of 5 from distance. Samaro a good 3-point shooter, but he missed an open look. Previously 6 of 9 from the 3-point line this season, Samaro. Causey off the bounce. I think he got a mismatch on the perimeter and he took advantage.
But that was a slip of the ball screen over there, and they did a good job of reading it, and Causey went right to the rim. A little inadvertent screen by the screener as he got close to the rim.
Terry, that misses. Zion Williams, the offensive board. Samaro kicks it. Selden, he'll try a 3. That doesn't go. Zion Williams, another offensive board. Samaro, a 3rd chance, and finally the lid opens up.
Well, Samaro misses his first one, but he says, hey, I can shoot the ball. I'm coming back with the second one. Good confidence by Samaro.
Julian Samaro, 7 of 11 from 3-point range so far this season. Just a freshman in his first year of college basketball. We're tied at 26. Columbia International 4 for its last 4 from the field. Contested 3, drops in. Thomas Woods, that's his second made triple.
Boy, Columbia International playing with no fear. They have guys who can put it in the basket from behind the arc.
Samaro, a step back triple off the mark, and the rebound, Darian Oates. This is something, what Columbia International has come on the road versus a D1 opponent and done. And let's be honest, Gardner-Webb is, a Big South team, a lower Division I conference, but picked preseason number 4 in the league and typically in the top 4 in the Big South. We mentioned before, not too far removed from an NCAA tournament appearance, and the 500 in his career. Tony Stockman, who has played at the highest levels of college basketball back in his playing days, played his first 2 years at Clemson, and then his final 2 years back in his native Ohio for Thad Matta at Ohio State. Averaged 10 points per game. Team won 20 games one season with Stockman there.
Really good background for Coach Stockman. Seen a lot of things, been a lot of places. It's a good feel for what his team needs to do to be successful.
Marion Williams, the lay-in. It's Coach Stockman's Columbia International Rams that have the lead on the road, 30-28 with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. And an offensive foul is called. Jordan Sears took the brunt of that contact, so turnover for Columbia International.
Nice job by Coach Kraft coming out of a timeout. Runs the set down there that creates a great scoring opportunity. Nice way to come out of a timeout and get 2.
a bad miss gives it to Julian Samaro. Pair of freshmen. Samaro, step back three, no. And Gardner-Webb now 1 of 10 from 3. That bad miss lays it in.
Well, Columbia International having a tough time with the low ball screen, and when they hedge on it, screener rolls, it makes it awfully tough to rebound a missed shot.
Here's Causey. Causey has 15, leads all scorers. Gets a bit of a double team. And now 10 on the shot clock for Jalen Brinson. Brinson thought he got hit. He did, late call. And Brinson is headed to the free throw line.
Boy, Columbia International really creating some problems with that middle-high ball screen. Really tough to get help on that, and once it turned the corner, Brinson's off to the races.
Zion Williams got him from behind.
Yeah, he's getting his inside shoulder by the defender, and he's playing catch-up.
And that is the first one on Williams and the 6th on the team already. So take a look at a couple of numbers for me here, Coach. The running Bulldogs are 1 of 10 from 3 as Brinson hits the free throw. They are leading points in the paint 24-6. They've scored 24 of their 30 in the paint. I mean, how? Why? 10 3-point attempts.
Well, sometimes when you're playing teams that like to shoot it and play fast-paced, you get caught up into that and kind of get out of character as to who you really are. And I think that happened to Gardner-Webb early on, but they're starting to settle down a little bit and get the ball inside.
Tied at 32. Gardner-Webb once trailed by 3 scores versus this non-D1 opponent. Zion Williams reaches in and steals the handoff from Heathcock, but Causey rips it right back.
Boy, Causey's done it on both ends of the floor. Really a heady player.
Good-looking player, the second-year man out of High Point. Pull-up jumper, Brinson, no. Rebound, bad miss, able to ward off Heathcock. Here's Gardner-Webb. Samaro penetrates, laying short, bad miss the offensive board.
Really good penetration by Samora there. Get the ball up on the glass. They get a second shot off of a missed rebound, off of a rebound there.
More paint points, Damarian Williams. Gardner-Webb has the lead. Running Bulldogs, 5 of the last 6 from the field. Floater up and good. DeAnthony Heathcock.
Boy, excellent ball movement that created that layup for Columbia International.
34-34. Williams pivoting inside. That goes down. Damarian Williams having his way on the inside. 12 now for Damarian.
Really good patience by Damarian Williams there. Knew he had a mismatch. Really used good use of his dribble, posted his guy up once he got close to the rim, and strong finish.
Brinson. We're talking about a fast game here. And high-level shot making. Both teams at 55% for the game right now.
Both teams very capable, Phil, of getting the ball to the rim, putting a lot of pressure on each other's defense.
Is this surprising, the pace from Columbia International, given that they played last night, given that they're playing up a level? A few levels, actually.
Well, one of the things that I heard loud and clear is their athleticism of this Columbia team, and they're going to play a lot of people. So if it shows up, it's going to show up late in the second half.
It's funny, Tony Stockman, the head coach, told us today, it is an exhibition for us. We did play last night. We have bigger fish to fry. We will play a lot of players who don't normally see minutes, a lot of our younger guys, and they have a big roster, this small school, 17. Jam from Heathcock, and Columbia International is up 38-36 with 3:15 to go in the first.
Great bounce pass there that led to that dunk by Heathcock.
Williams feeling it. Damarian drills it.
Well, if you're a fan, you can't complain about the action that's going on in the game tonight. Both teams playing very aggressive on the offensive end.
Bryce Causey, that's his 4th triple of the game. And Tim Kraft needs a timeout. The under 4 media hadn't come. 41-39, Columbia International has the lead. Here's Damarian Williams. Step back three-pointer, way short, and the rebound to Oates.
With Columbia International deciding again to go on to all of the ball screens, they run a high post pinch and then they re-screen. Both times the guy goes underneath. That's why you're seeing more threes by Gardner-Webb.
However, Gardner-Webb shooting just 2 of 12 from distance today as Damarian Williams runs down the rebound. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here is Williams. 15 points in the ball game, leads his team. Turnaround, gets it to go.
Well, Damarian Williams has been the guy this latter part of this first half. He's awfully hard to guard when he gets in the paint. Gardner-Webb going to his zone here, trying to take away penetration and get to three-point shooters a little bit better.
Brinson, Causey, pumps on a deep one, didn't shoot it. Got to watch out for Causey. He's 4 of 5 from 3 so far. Instead, McKinney drives it. He was the freshman of the year in his conference 2 years ago. His game, his performance should come as no surprise.
Yeah, he's a very confident player. He can score in many ways.
Williams turns and fires, rattles it down. Damarian Williams going off right now.
Damarian Williams, he's the shell answer man in the first half for Gardner-Webb.
20 first half points on 9 of 11 shooting. Gardner-Webb in a 2-3 zone. Columbia International beats it, but the layoff not there from Christian Howard, and then a foul.
It's the second possession now offensively that Columbia International has gotten the ball in the middle of the 2-3 zone, which creates a lot of problems.
.9 seconds left to go. Jordan Sears against Brinson, and he lays it in.
Concerted effort to post up the guards. Columbia is Gardner-Webb. It's the second time now they've gone to their guards in the post area.
You got about a second difference game at shot clock. If you're Columbia International, yeah, you led most of this first half. I think you're happy with your position. Hold it for one, right?
Yeah, I think this is smart on the part of Columbia. If they can go into half tied or down 3, they feel pretty good about themselves.
Way off the mark. Damarian Williams has 3 seconds. He looks up at the clock from half court. After all of that, after probably the fastest half of basketball that you will watch all year, not just in pace, but in length, Gardner-Webb has to fix up the foul on the first possession of the second half.
Right there, Columbia.
Damarian Williams, my apologies, Coach.
Yeah, right there, Columbia drags Kareem Reed away from the basket there by posting Heathcock away from the basket.
And that was Skylar McKinney over Zion Williams. Reed out of the picture again. McKinney is down, lying on his back inside as Reed fires it to Terry underneath.
Nice backdoor cut. Good vision.
Brinson inside for Heathcock. Heathcock misses it, and then loose ball. Sears goes down, no foul call, and Kareem Reed comes up with it for Gardner-Webb.
Well, Heathcock really moves well without the ball for a young kid. Just couldn't finish that at the rim. Kareem Reed had a little bit to do with that with his length.
Heathcock may have traveled on the rebound, no call. I continue to be impressed with how Columbia International is hanging in today. Heathcock inside, set back by Terry.
Boy, if they didn't know how athletic Terry is, they know now.
Cannot
go up soft with the basketball.
Damarian Williams, coach, now has 22. That's his career high, and there's still 16-18 left to play in this game. Or excuse me, 18-18. Heathcock, he's rejected. Kareem Reed.
Halftime adjustment, Phil. Bulldogs ratcheted up their defense coming out of that second half. Really good block here by Kareem Reed.
That's clean. Brinson whips it around for McKinney. 3 is that there. And the rebound to Damarian Williams. Sears running in transition. Sears at the basket for 2.
Sears putting a lot of pressure on the defense in transition. That's what he does.
Gardner-Webb is on a 6-0 run and has extended the lead to 7. Its largest today. Jump ball, the signal, and the arrow will give it to the running Bulldogs.
First 4 possessions of the second half defensively for the Bulldogs. Been very stingy. Williams does a nice job of getting to the basketball.
Help defender Damarian Williams. No foul called. Scoring drought of over 2 minutes for Columbia International. 0 for its last 4 from the field. And Gardner-Webb a chance to add to this run and add to the lead. Here's Jordan Sears. Reed puts it on the floor and loses it.
Boy, Clausy got away with a chuck there on the back screen and trying to get Reed to the paint.
Here is Causey. They're shooting it. 43% from 3. Baseline floater is off the mark from Skylar McKinney. Damarian Williams behind the back. And
really good defense. Really good defense in transition by Columbia International.
Here's Brinson. Brinson jumps in the air, gives it to no one. Damarian Williams the steal. And then Terry is fouled from behind. This is way before the dunk. And I wonder if this could be considered intentional. And will it even be reviewed? Lance Terry had a clear path to the basket.
Well, in the NBA, it would be called a clear path foul, but hadn't gotten to the college level yet. But it was a good foul on his part.
I mean, he could be. He did reach out intentionally. That could be called, but they didn't call that. Lance Terry tees up a 3. Selden. He got hit in the head as he missed the lay-in, and now Anthony Selden is down.
One of the things I'm sure they talked about at the half, the Bulldogs, was being more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Anthony Selden will go to the line for 2 shots.
Anthony Selden at the free throw line this season, just 5 of 9. And he holds his eye after he misses that first attempt.
Selden, very athletic, maybe the most athletic guy on the floor. Really hard to keep off the glass.
Anthony Selden, who can really jump. We mentioned in the first half how impressive his athleticism and defense was that stood out in the preseason and in the offseason per his head coach. He also won the slam dunk contest in the school's red-black scrimmage amongst his teammates. He is a freaky athlete with a lot of bounce, and the lead stretches to 8 on the Selden make.
Phil, he's got the vertical that I can only dream of.
You couldn't jump like him?
Not even close.
I know I couldn't. Causey, he's shooting from everywhere tonight. Comes up short. And the ball is out of bounds to Gardner-Webb. 16:05 to go.
Boy, Clausy does a really nice job of getting the 10 toes square to the basket as quick as anyone that I've seen.
Reed backing down, help defense comes. He bowls right through it and draws the contact. And after this timeout, Kareem Reed will get a couple of free throws. Gardner-Webb has started to open up a lead, 53-45. Kareem Reed goes to the free throw line for Gardner-Webb out of this timeout. 53-45, Gardner-Webb leads it. We mentioned at the very top of the broadcast just how excellent Kareem Reed has been for the Runnin' Bulldogs this season. Career high 20 points and 9 rebounds last game versus Carver. And he has been almost perfect from the field. He's perfect tonight, 4 for 4, now 2 of 2 at the free throw line for 10 points. But this season, Coach Dunn, he's shooting 68.6% from the field. Early on, that's the second best mark in the Big South.
Well, he's shooting around 72% right now, and that's against good teams getting fouled, and has really, I think, done a good job of scoring against, high-level competition. So,
Sears hits the bottom of the backboard. Here's Reed again for 2 more, and another made bucket. Lead is
really,
10, the largest today.
Really good nose for the ball, Phil.
He has games so far in which he has gone 8 for 8 from the field and 4 for 4 from the field versus UNLV in the opener. And today he's 5 of 5 from the field. Kareem Reed.
Well, it's really a luxury to have a back-to-the-basket player like Kareem Reed, who can also finish from the free throw line.
2 on the shot clock. Jeter, I don't know if it hit the rim, maybe the side iron. Official says no, and so it's a shot clock violation for Columbia International.
Good start to the second half here by Gardner-Webb. Columbia International is getting into the danger zone here in a 10-point deficit. Really important to get a stop.
And off for Damarian Williams. Gets a double team. Feeds it for Selden. Bobbled it. If not, would have been a wide open dunk, you'd think. Turnover Gardner-Webb, Columbia International on it.
And Columbia International has made a concerted effort to double the post every time it goes in, Phil. But the weak side guys have got to be 2 feet in the lane in order to see the cutters coming from the top.
Well, Kareem Reed has another blocked shot, and he can make up for a lot of issues defensively.
Without question, he is a luxury to have.
He has a wingspan of 7'6" on a 6'9" frame. He was the highest rated recruit to sign with Gardner-Webb in the program's history, 4-star at a high school. A little hook shot drops in for Christian Howard.
Nice move by Howard. Boy, Badmus has got to do a better job of moving his feet once he puts it on the floor.
And we have a whistle for a foul at the rim.
But Phil, there's no shortage of physicality in this game. I think both teams really hard fouls, and guys get near the basket.
Lance Terry headed to the free throw line. Christian Howard is called for the foul. That's number 4 already on Columbia International. Terry's first free throw drops in.
A lot of those fouls are coming from defense in the paint, which they have to come across and double. Then they get out of rotation, which is what Coach Stockton did not want to do. Gardner-Webb putting a lot of pressure on the defense right now.
Anthony Selden goes over the back, and he is called for the foul. And that is number 2 this half on Gardner-Webb. Lance Terry will come off the floor. Jordan Sears comes in. Julian Samaro has the assignment guarding Jalen Jeter. Damarian Williams now, and Sears guarding deep. 3 goes up from Devin Pope, no, and a rebound by Badmus. He's on for Reed, who's on the bench at the moment. Selden gets ripped at, and the layup won't go, but a foul.
Bulldogs, 2 passes and the ball is in the scoring area in transition. Awful lot of pressure on Columbia's International's defense. Excellent hands by Selden here, strong to the basket. All created by 2 good passes from the time the ball was rebounded.
Anthony Selden makes the free throw. I mentioned earlier that he is the brother of Wayne Selden. he says, he told me this, they still work out together every offseason. They still play one-on-one together. And in the last meeting, Wayne won. But Anthony has beaten Wayne one-on-one.
Well, you can tell he's a very competitive guy, and I'm sure he's picked up a few tricks of the trade.
Well, it's not easy to beat your brother who plays in the NBA, who was one of the great players at Kansas. 3 drilled from deep by Thomas Woods. Columbia International not going away. It's an 8-point game again, 60-52, with inside of 13 minutes to go.
Well, that 3 was from the Bulldog logo, Phil. Hard to guard that one.
Amazing how the game has changed, huh? You'd never allow that as a coach.
I didn't have anyone could make it from the logo.
It's out of bounds off Gardner-Webb, so Columbia International possession again. Running Bulldogs without a field goal now in more than 2.5 minutes. Jeter has it ripped out from behind, and it's off his knee and out. Damarian Williams, the deflection.
Both teams taking it hard to the rim here, out of transition.
So Samaro brings it ahead. Running Bulldogs are up by 8. Lance Terry, a little hesitation, nowhere to go. Selden, offensive foul.
Impressive defense by Columbia there. They were in great position. Everybody rallied to the ball. Excellent position to take the charge.
Primary defender, he doesn't have to be set. What do you think about that one? It's one of those tough, kind of could go both ways.
Yeah, I think anytime you have a situation like that, Phil, as they say in baseball, we give the tie to the runner.
Okay. Backing down, this is Christian Howard working against Badmus. Nowhere to go, just 2 on the shot clock. Hoisted up by Deshaun Grogan, and the rebound is won by Pope, but Pope's turnaround jumper is not there. And a foul is called, which brings us to a media with 11:51 to play. Gardner-Webb has taken the lead, but Columbia International is hanging in there. Lob to the rim, off the inbounds pass. Heathcock has to settle, but he lays it in.
Nice baseline out of bounds play there by Columbia International. They go to their most athletic guy on the floor for a lob.
Terry off balance. That's a tough shot, drops it in.
Very tough shot by Terry. Good body control, uses his strength and size inside against the smaller guard.
Lance Terry has 9 today. High off the glass and dropped in. The bucket from Jalen Brinson.
Columbia has created a lot of scoring opportunities tonight off of the ball screens. That time they went with a double high ball screen, which created a driving lane from the middle.
Jordan Sears is fouled. Well, Tim Kraft told us that you schedule these games in part because likely you'll win. You want to make sure you seal the win. But you schedule these games versus non-D1s in part because you want to see your team work on things and get better at things in different situations. Here's another look at the foul, by the way, as Sears goes down. Well, the outcome of this game is still in question. 11:05 to go, and we have a single-digit margin, 63-56. But I'll tell you one thing that Coach Kraft will look at the tape and not be satisfied with, and that is his team's defense. There have been a lot of shots made from Columbia International.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is what they've been able to do off of ball screens and how Gardner-Webb has handled the ball screens, which has created some of those scoring opportunities. And a lot of reason that you play these games is that you get a chance to make corrections before you start conference play and Division I play. And as you progress and teams get better and as Division II teams, you want to be challenged. You want to win, but you want to be challenged as well.
Heathcock fouled by Kareem Reed going on the second effort.
Number 14, Kareem Reed. That'll send Heathcock to the line, shooting 2.
With Kareem Reed up on the first jump does a great job, but it's the second time around I think he gets him on the wrist.
And developing story. Fast pace to the first half prevented a ton of fouls. Here in the second half, fouls beginning to mount, and Kareem Reed has 4. And Coach Tim Kraft is going to leave Kareem Reed in the game.
Well, Columbia has shown no fright at all in going inside in the second half, and I think they've gone inside more in the second than they did the first half.
Anthony Selden, he's playing on 3 fouls. Layup off the mark. Just a 6-point game. Columbia International down 2 possessions.
But Coach Kraft, I'm sure, wants to see how well Reed can adjust with 4 fouls on the defensive end.
Selden the block, but then it's knocked out of bounds by Thomas Wood, so Gardner-Webb keeps it. Look at this block. There's the athleticism we spoke about earlier.
Once again, good timing by Selden, good athleticism at its best.
Jordan Sears over to Selden. He gets cut off. Reed to the basket, and Kareem Reed lays it in. He has 14 on 6 of 6 shooting.
Really good patience by Kareem Reed. Turned to his left shoulder, saw that the defensive player was out of position, took advantage right away.
Well, Kareem Reed is starting to become the player that the Running Bulldogs hoped he'd become. And he is called for a grab of Heathcock.
Boy, Heathcock is a load down there. He doesn't look like he's as strong as Reed, boy, but I'm telling you, he is a load inside.
And that is 5 on Kareem Reed. And so Reed comes out of the game. Adimade Badmus replaces him. 9:56 to go, and Gardner-Webb's best player is out.
What recognition by the perimeter players for Columbia, and going inside to Heathcock right away, knowing that Reed has 4 fouls.
Tim Kraft gambled and kept Kareem Reed in. 3-pointer is up and good from Deshaun Grover.